So we have the newly installed compound chief on the line here, Colonel Richard Currie. Good afternoon.
Blessed love, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. I see your name is in the news a lot here as it relates to installing and other things that is developing in the area.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you just get installed. People want to know what your difference as a younger colonel. What is it that your plan is for a compound as it relates to, development and even the legitimacy of what now people is saying, the things them, well, we're not talking about a long time thing, about a funeral land and this and that, Queen Elizabeth, not Queen Elizabeth, but the Queen giving her the land. And what is it that going to be different under your presidency or chieftaincy?
Leadership.
Leadership, yeah.
Blessings, Muta. Give thanks for having me on your show this evening, right? A couple of things, really, it's an honor to serve my people. And, from ever since I thought about this whole position of, chief or leader, it was about trying to make better of what we had as a people, that in my mind we were sitting idly and wasting time and watching others do even more with the less than they had compared to us as a sovereign people. So, I started doing some little investigation and reading up my history, reading up my law, and digging in more to people with the mindset. I start realize, but hold on, are we really a hold back ourselves? Are we really a hold back ourselves? Are we really as leaders of the sovereign state? As leaders of the sovereign state, I don't think any of previous leaders have done much homework on treaties and understand how to use treaties and what treaties mean, and being a part of a treaty and what that translates into. What has happened since our 1738 treaty is a plethora of misrepresentation of who the Maroon people are, terminologies used to discredit and wipe away what our heritage that was bestowed upon us, and to essentially ridicule and make a mockery of a tribe of people who stood up to fight what was the mightiest army in the Western Hemisphere at that point, in blood and tears for their freedom. The leaders of liberators is now the mockery of a society who has not paid enough attention to who they are and what they really are.
I'm going to ask you, I hear you say a group of people.
Mm-hmm.
The group of people that you talk about was not Africans that was in slavery? Are you talking specifically to the people who them now call Maroon?
I'm talking about the Maroons, the natives, the indigenous people, the people of the land.
So what happened to the people them who, as Africans who was fighting that run to the hills and become Maroon? It's not that them was Maroon when them come to Jamaica. All Africans was marooned in Jamaica.
Yeah, you have a combination of people, of natives who are on the island, right? No, and of course.
No, but you make it sound like say the Maroons is a different group of people from the African them who come here.
We never get into that, Papa. What may I say is, the problem when me have is when them try make it look like, say, treaty signed with a runaway slave. And the treaty defined by the owners of the treaty are runaway slaves. That is my contention. Me not getting at the nitty-gritty African and who or what now.
Them was who were the people them who signed the treaty?
What do you mean? The indigenous people?
No, you said the treaty. Listen. You said them say it make it sound like the treaty was signed by runaway slaves.
Yeah, but you
are saying it's not runaway slaves signed the treaty?
You subscribe to that belief that the treaty was signed?
No, may I ask you if, as you say it, may I ask you if you're saying that the treaty was not signed by runaway slaves?
Correct. So if you stand to correct me there, then more here where you are.
No, I'm not correcting you. I'm not trying to iron out
Okay.
if it's that you're saying. That the treaty
Okay.
was
Yeah,
not
man, I'm
signed.
saying that the treaty was not signed by no runaway slave.
Who signed the
was
treaty?
signed by the Maroons.
So where the Maroon them come from?
So the Maroons were descendants of the natives of the land, right?
Which land? Which land?
Comes in when they talk about the slaves that ran away and joined with the Maroons.
No, which land they were natives of?
Sorry?
Which land? You said they were natives of the land. Which land?
Right. This land that we're on, this plot of land.
They were, so there wasn't, they didn't come from Africa then?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't come from Africa?
Okay.
Eh?
You're telling me?
No, I'm asking you. You said they were natives of this land. I'm asking you.
Of course, they're from Africa. Where else would they come from?
Yeah, but why you saying that they were the native of the land?
Of the people, the classification of the people, they would want to assert 1738 treaty too. We're not slaves.
No, we're not talking. Of course, we're not slaves. We're not talking about slaves, you know.
Okay.
You say, but for purpose of the reasoning, when we're talking about runaway slave, meaning say people who were under slavery, under bondage by the white people, them who occupied Jamaica, they run away from that slavery. You don't give credence to that?
No, I not give credence to it. I not give credence to the fact that they must say
it's runaway slave.
Was signed by runaway slaves.
All right, so I agree with you. Say it wasn't signed by runaway slaves. It was signed by the natives of Jamaica.
The natives of what you know as Jamaica.
So I mean, I know or what it is to you.
I think I had the historian.
No, we don't know. Boss, when you man talk to me, so Virgin, may I ask you, I know you and me, I want to talk, you know. May I ask you if the people them who you call the natives of Jamaica, we are asked about it's them we are talking about, you know. Mm-hmm. It's them we are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I am asking you, really.
The tribes otherwise known as Tainos, under the epitome of words they lose us under. So you're talking about where the Moorish origins came from and who we.
No, so the natives of the Maroon is connected to the Tainos.
So I'm asking you, what are you?
No, you can't ask me. I ask you. Is me I interview you? I know you are interview me. I'm not saying nothing. I'm trying to figure out what you saying.
Okay.
So I'm saying to you, because we talk about the natives of Jamaica now, that is where them call the place now. So what you call this land? What you call this land?
Muta.
Yes?
You're talking this land that we live on. You're calling Jamaica.
All right, what you call it? Tell me what you call it. No matter about what me call me wrong. What you call it?
No, well, Jamaica, you call it.
No, when you call it, because you correct me. You correct me, you know, so when you call it.
So me call it the origins. Me call it the land of the indigenous people, right? We call it the cockpits, we call it the Maroon lands.
So the whole of Jamaica is Maroon land?
Then if the first set of people them with their own land.
So the first set of people them was the Taino? No?
Taino is the reference given to them, yes.
And the people them know who they call Maroons are Tainos.
No, they're a mixture. There's a combination.
So they are a mixture of Tainos and what?
A combination of tribes that call. Listen, the fact of the matter, Muta. You see, we don't want it to make it seem as if there are one set of people on the island. There were tribes living across the island.
Yeah, but I am asking you, the people them who call the Maroons is a mixture of Tainos and African. That is what you're saying.
Correct.
All right. So the people them in Charlestown, in Moortown, Is it similar? They are a mixture of Tainos and Africans.
That is it, my boss.
No, I do have no problem with where you are saying that. I do have no problem. So what I am saying now...
The greatest... Go ahead.
Yeah. Since I do have no problem with what you're saying, I am asking now, the term Maroon, when it is used in a way that it sounds like the Maroons is a different set of people from me.
All right. So, again, a black man versus an African American. Is it the same person or two different persons?
No, not the person. I talk about where them belong as a race of people.
But that's where them belong. It's the same thing I'm saying, though. I mean, it's the same thing they use. It's the same set of words that they use to confuse people, to displace you, right?
Yeah, but I ask you, so who am I? I am African. Are you African?
Listening to the Blackradar YouTube channel.
Hit
that subscribe button and keep listening.
Dead ear, brethren, just answer what you think about. It's like you're not an African.
I understand your question, let me know.
No, there's no understanding in the question. Right? If a man asks if he's a European.
I feel the energy from one end of it.
No, you're brethren, it's mysticism, you know. Me just ask you a simple question. Are you an African?
Yes, Papa, I am an African.
All right, so where you take so long for answer for let me try trick you, like a trick question.
You ask me a question, you know, boss, and me still try to get your direction as to where I try.
No, the direction is this. The direction is this. The Maroon, the language of the Maroon over the years is that there are different set of people from the people outside our compound, outside of Charles, outside of Motown, that them like for instance me, who don't claim Maroon business.
Papa, we are the same people, Papa. We are the same people.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find out from you. If you give credence to that argument or you don't give credence to the argument. You're saying that you don't give credence to it.
Could you get that clear? Well, that's why we can't.
No, we don't get it clear because you say if African American and Jamaican are the same person. They could have been the same person. It's the people we are talking about, not person.
Sorry?
A black American and a Jamaican from Jamaica. We're not talking about person, we're talking about the people who make up a nation, a group of people. Like African American and we is African. So we don't mix it up and say Afro-American or Jamaican African or something. We are Africans.
Yeah.
So now, when we reach Jamaica, what people get when they talk about the Maroons, there is a feeling that the Maroons is a different set of people from people who born in a trench town.
Okay.
Them get a difference. So I want you now to crush that thinking that Jamaican people can know say you as a new chief who get installed the other day is seen that all of it is Africans, including the people them uptown and downtown who related to Africa.
There's no denial in that, Papa.
All right, so we're done with that. We don't want we'll lobby that now. All right. So let me ask you a question now. Over the years, I've been talking to the colonels, especially in Charlestown and Moortown. And we say, look here, when is it that let me wrap it up? I remember just, we can come back after that, after the music news. We can come back after the music news. All right, it's not time yet, you know, so I can ask him one little question. Answer me quick. Tell me something. The argument that see, they make me lose track of what I was saying, you know. Oh gosh, man, them jumping out and everything.
This up another time, I will do this another time.
No, wait there. We have to come to what I say, because it's very important. Yes, them say that. When I ask the colonel, them say, when we say, oh, no, I apologize for all the things that were happening with Taki and Paul Bogle and them things. Them say there's no apology necessary. You share that view?
The informative information presented in this video is motivational and is positively aimed at inspiring, educating and entertaining the viewers with the cutting edge of critical reasoning. If you enjoy the contents on the Black Radar YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to show your support.